Hi, I'm Kirsten.
Hi, I'm Sasha.
And this is Mess Magnets.
We're back, baby.
And back on YouTube, on the
Who
Rob Has a
are we?
Podcast YouTube. We recorded a video last week with
Yes.
Bryce, and the number of people who are like, oh, you're back, because they didn't know that we record every week because we have been in hag mode and not recording on video.
So in case you didn't know, or maybe you didn't realize, you now have years worth of episodes to catch up on, because we are, in fact, a weekly pop culture podcast.
I wonder what the experience of listening to like the first couple episodes of Mess Magnets would be like now, almost 3 years in.
Someone tell us.
Yeah, because I sure won't be listening.
Absolutely not.
Okay. Sasha, you said that we had some new reviews last time.
Our brain, because I'm literally on it now. Yeah, so first we have one where it's Noelle80 says, Puya is good at mess, or so good at mess. Puya is such a great guest. He fully gets the assignment. And listen, we are so grateful for Puya.
Yes.
Thank you for coming in. We have another one that's Emmy Nakahad that says informative, which again, we are the news. Thank you. That says, since listening to Mess Magnets, I finally scored an 11 out of 11 on the New York Times weekly quiz, up from my average of 7 points.
What?
Honestly, look at us. This podcast is no joke. It's also the news that's fit to print. Someone please.
Wow. I love this.
Add this as our tagline.
The news that's fit to print. That's us.
Thank you. And then from J. Drain, no mess, yes. 5 stars. Came for the mess, stayed for the hard-hitting analysis. Honestly, 2 in a row. Love this for all of us. You get it. Okay.
I love this. Oh my God.
And then we have another one on last week from Michael Horn 23 that says, we're back, baby. How many people are now saying that?
It's so funny because it's like we didn't make it up. We're not the first people even on this network.
No.
I think like we have a little bit different intonation, but like
yes.
I feel like we made it a thing.
Trendsetters. Okay.
It's like during COVID when people found out about White Claw because of me, even though White Claw wasn't even new.
You, the trendsetter, and I love that from Mess Magnets.
We're influencers.
And Michael says, listening to Sasha and Kirsten each week feels like I'm gossiping with my girlfriends in the best way. We all need a 90-minute escape from the heavy news to focus on the mess, and this is the perfect place for that. Everyone should be a messenger.
Period.
Your friends. Let your people know.
That is definitely the vibe. Like, that makes me feel that we have understood the assignment correctly.
Correct.
Because that's exactly what we want to be. Your pop culture besties, talking about all the stuff that you wouldn't get to talk about with anyone else.
I love. And I don't know if I have any on Canada side, but we need to figure out how to go back to our worldwide review.
I know. I'm so Chartable being gone is literally a nightmare. I'm pretty sure we don't have any new ones in Canada. So if you are a messenger in Canada listening, leave us a 5-star rating and review. Please. We beg.
Thank you. Okay. We need it. That's all I know. And we're trying to figure out anonymous as well. Oops, all anonymous.
We're working on it. Our guests that we want to ghosted us, so we'll have to message them again.
You have to message this time.
I'll message this time. Don't worry. But yes, we're working on it. It's gonna happen. As for anyone watching on YouTube, you can see we now have branding. Amazing marketing. Whoa. Love it. It's only 3 years into the podcast.
If that's not Mess Magnets, I don't know what.
Well, it's if you have to ask for it to get it. So that's okay. But here we are. Are you ready to get into some mess, Sasha?
Let's get into it.
Okay. Let's get started. So this has been everywhere on the internet, but I'm assuming especially for the Beehive. But Shakira's World Tour has started. Well, I don't even know. What are the dates for Shakira World Shakira's
What
World
is going
Tour.
on right now?
But like, when did it start? Did it just start?
Great question. We should have looked that up.
It's fine. I'm looking it up right now. So, anyways, Shakira's tour started.
Yes.
It just started.
That makes sense because I think it has just freaked out everyone.
Immediate front page news for anyone who cares about mess, because
should I share screen?
Oh, yes, please share screen. Oh my God. Because her tour looks familiar.
Especially to us girlies that have been. So again, if you're not watching and you're only listening, because, you know, like that's what you're used to, Shakira had said in 2023 that, hey, I'm taking notes from the Renaissance tour. And now if you see what the picture I pulled up, it's copy paste.
It's like when you... It's like someone's like, hey, can I copy your homework? And like, yeah, just switch it up a little bit. Except Correct. She didn't switch it up.
And it's truly, to me, the funniest thing. Most of the Bayhive is like laughing about it. Like, no one is mad. Everyone just finds this to be so funny because literally it's the Renaissance tour. Maybe folks had seen the pictures. Maybe you saw my pictures. I don't know. But either way, it's a Renaissance. The word Renaissance is in silver, and then the background is black, and it's one really long like TV or LCD with a like a tunnel in between where Beyonce would go in and out, like all kinds of stuff would happen in the middle. And Shakira's tour is the same exact thing, where it's Shakira in silver, a little bit of a font change, or not even a font change. I think the font feels similar.
Yeah, Shakira's just less letters. So the font is bigger and there's a little bit more kerning between the letters to make it fit. Like it's crazy.
It's word for word. And we love that. And Beyonce, of course, we used to have the Renaissance, the Rennie, the horse, right, come through. And Shakira has a wolf that comes through.
The she-wolf.
Yeah, exactly. And then when I tell you I saw this website, I said, oh, it's the Beyonce tour website. No, this is Shakira's website.
To be fair, I think like most tour websites are like very copy paste. This one is just the same font.
This is like, you know, that typewriter font with like the very basic rights. But yeah, other folks can tell me. I usually buy tickets to like RHAP or hip hop R&B type. So feels a little bit different. And like I'm only used to Beyonce, but y'all let me know because this is hilarious.
I feel like I've seen this website like several times. I think a lot of these are very similar, but again, it's the exact same font and color scheme, which is crazy.
Yeah, I think the font, you're right, is what's throwing me off the most. And it's just truly so funny. And then this one, because people are talking about reheating the nachos, and I will be muting that word from now on. But reheating the nachos is like, right, like stealing someone's work and just like taking it as yours. So that's been going around where folks are like, she's not even she's reheating the nachos too much, unplug the microwave is what this person says, because it's literally the aesthetic is Beyonce's Renaissance tour, where the background dancers are in all silver, black sunglasses. Shakira is in a grayish silver, white, you know, and again with the glasses that are pretty close to what some looks that Beyonce had.
Well, and this wasn't, I feel like Chappelle on RHAP Kickback had mentioned Shakira can be like Beyonce's body double with the way her hair, like she doesn't have Beyonce's current hair.
Yes.
But like,
well, in Beautiful Liar, right, they look the same. And when they were doing the moves, you couldn't tell who's who. So that's crazy. I just find this to be so funny.
It's like, I feel like Shakira had that one moment where she caught her ex cheating because of the jam.
Yes.
And we were like, yes, queen, love it. And then every single other thing I've learned about Shakira since has been like, oh, Like when she was like, she had like that weird statement about how she's raising her sons.
Yeah.
Like there's just been like so many weird things. And now she's just straight up copying Beyonce. Enough.
And I can't take it serious. Like, I'm sorry. Here's the picture of Beyonce in that silver outfit. Again, I don't think the Beehive cares as much, but it's still very funny.
Well, I think Shakira's lawyers are going to care once she
hears. You think Beyonce will say something?
I don't know. I feel like it's not very Beyonce at all to like comment or make anything into a spectacle in that way.
Exactly.
Good thing she didn't steal the Eras Tour looks because Taylor Swift would be in court already.
That's fair. Oh my gosh. So yes, this is what's happening. And can I rant just for 1 second?
Unleash it.
Here's the thing. Okay, Cowboy Carter tour obviously is happening, right? And your girl, I feel like, was one of the OG Cowboy Carter like girlies. You know, like I believed in that album. I said no, that's it. Then I got the Beehive pre-sale. And then that Beehive pre-sale came in, and I 12 p.m. Pacific. Because listen, I got to go to LA because it's a very limited tour, right? It's a rodeo circuit tour, so it's limited. Fine, I get it. I'll go to LA for you, girl. Okay, why was dynamic pricing turned on for the Beehive? Number one, why are nosebleeds $500? Floor seats, thousands of dollars.
No, dynamic pricing should be illegal.
No, don't piss me off. You know what I mean? Like, this was so ridiculous. I could not believe it. And I was like, nah, like, not that she lost a fan, but like, I feel less of her, if that makes sense. Blah, blah, blah. Then Verizon and Citibank, whatever, have their tours. Prices are half price. And I said, don't piss me off.
And did you get that pre-sale?
I have not. I've still not got a ticket.
Because, okay, so everyone on the first day, like when the Beehive pre-sale happened, I was like, okay, no one I know got tickets. Like, this is rigged. This is so sick and twisted.
Asia said? Sorry, Asia, for putting you on blast. Because I did text Asia and Mari.
Well, and then the next day I saw that Asia and Mari both had tickets, so I just kind of was like, oh, I bet Sasha got tickets too. Yeah. Only to now hear that you did not. I hate that.
No, because I am going to the first show. Like, that's the only one. So I think it still costs more because it's LA. And I think, again, if it was in San Francisco, I think I would have paid the money. But the fact that I have to go to LA, pay, get hotels, all that, that's what's holding me back. So... Oh my God. So I asked the girlies, right? I said, did y'all do it? Asia said, for that price, she better be holding my hand while she sings.
No, literally.
Oh my. And the thing is, the price Asia said, I was getting way more than that. So I was like, girl, those are cheap compared to what I'm seeing. So LA, I think, is a little bit more. But here's the thing. Because I don't want people being like, oh, but you can go for 130 right now. Yes, I know, but I don't want to be in the nosebleeds. Okay, let me be a little bit of a brat.
It's like, if at the end of the day you end up having to be in the nosebleeds to go, you'll do it. What's going to happen. But it's still early enough that you have hope.
Correct. And I'm just like, I can't believe I don't want to pay that much.
Honestly, do it.
And just I'm like a snob when it comes to concert tickets in general. So I don't like to be less than 100. So we'll see what happens. Just pray for me. That's what.
I'll be sending out the best wishes for you to be getting Beyonce.
And I want to make it clear, for Renaissance, I paid 50% of what people have paid for floor seats. And Beyonce was like four rows in front of me. So that's why I'm pissed the hell off. Okay, that's all. But it's okay. I'm probably still gonna go to LA.
It's just so annoying too, because it's like, it's not like Beyonce was a new artist with the Renaissance tour and that now she's blown. Like, she's been huge for 30, 5 years. I don't even know. Forever.
Exactly.
My whole life. It feels like. And so it's like, why the switch up? Like, why is this different?
Because she's, I think, doing less. One, people are gonna pay. That's why.
Well, yeah.
And then 2, I think she's just doing less tours, less cities. Sorry, but listen, I beg that somehow. No, I don't think. Like the fact that the West Coast, the only tour is LA, is crazy.
You're like microdosing what it's like to be from Canada.
Yeah. Well, listen, West Coast and Canada, we're in this together. I'll tell you that. Oh my God. And another thing I will say, do you think that she is going to have a residency? Because there were talks of Vegas, and Vegas was on the flyer. And Vegas is not part of the tour, the circuit.
Oh my God. Well, that would be wonderful for you.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's much easier and cheaper for you to go for a
LA
Vegas
would
trip
be
than an
cheaper.
LA trip, nah?
Yeah, LA would be cheaper. So,
but like, aren't hotels like super cheap in Vegas though?
Kind of. I think they used to. Well, if you stay at certain hotels, yes.
If you get the gambling app on your phone, you can get free hotels.
That is a truest. Okay. Oh my God. But yeah, it's because I think I don't gamble that I just don't think about Vegas like that.
Which is so fair. I've never been, so.
Oh my God.
I don't know.
You must.
I've been like nowhere in the States, so it's just the way it is. And now I'm too scared to go to America because these planes be crashing.
Prayer. Okay, and please everyone stay safe. Don't.
I saw a post that was like, it is now socially acceptable to clap on the plane.
Yes, I saw that too. And I said, correct. And I will be doing that.
I said, yes, absolutely. Okay, should we move into the next little bit of mess that we've got? Okay, so this is one that I am bringing to the table.
I love.
And have you heard anything about the Poppi vending machine controversy?
No.
Okay. First off, do you? I assume you know what Poppi is. Have you ever drank a Poppi?
But I do know what it is.
I don't think personally, I don't love the taste, but I don't like artificial sugar drinks. I like real sugar. So it's just not for me, and that's fine. So Poppi is like a soda that is, I mean, I think they've also had some controversy for acting like it's good for your digestion, but it doesn't even actually have any fiber in it. So it's just like the claims are a little bit misleading. Mm-hmm. But the big issue is the Super Bowl this year. So Poppi did have an ad for the Super Bowl.
Right.
Which allegedly could have cost $8 million for their 60-second commercial, because I guess it costs $4 million every 30 seconds, allegedly. Mm-hmm. And so they also were sending influencers full on vending machines full of Poppi.
Oh my God. Here, are they like, I'm looking at the picture. Yeah, they are straight up. It's not even
it's like a full one. I'm going to share my screen now.
Yes.
Because this is what we can do when we have video.
I love us. Yes.
Okay, so like this is the vending machine. Like it's like a full vending machine, super customized. Everything's pink. They had to be further customized to get rid of like the payment thing, and it's full of Poppi. And they sent it to a ton of influencers ahead of the Super Bowl. Okay, and there's a few problems with this. So first of all, pretty much everyone who got a vending machine is white.
Oh, how did I know this was coming?
Almost exclusively. I don't think it is exclusively, but like it's close, which was it's not a great look, you know?
Because of course.
And it was also like really, really famous. Obviously, it's like very big of a thing, and it's going to really, really famous people. Some controversial, like Alex Earl and all her friends kind of vibe, right? And so everyone's getting these vending machines, which like I'd be actually pissed if I got a vending machine as PR, because it's like, okay, cool, maybe I'll drink all the Poppi, maybe I won't, but what the fuck do you do with a vending machine?
Can I say, as the girly one, I think it's so cute. I think it's excessive and ridiculous, and I think I would love it. And I hate that about myself. Like, I want to make that clear.
Okay. Well, that's okay.
Your girl hosts too many parties for this to not be a fun party trick.
Yeah, having a vending machine, like, you have people over, genuinely.
Yeah.
So, Olipop, which is another pop company of the same vein, where it's like, oh, this is good for digestion. They are alleging that each vending machine cost $25,000 to produce, and Poppi is saying no, it didn't cost that much. Blah 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 blah. However, I was following, and there's this influencer on TikTok who explains kind of like the drama of the day of what's going on. Yeah. Her username is at Hope You Find Your Dad. Her name's Andra. And she was doing some research on the cost of vending machines as someone who works in marketing. And it was like the low end is $10,000, and the more customization you do, it could go up to $30,000 at the highest. And she's like, look at this vending machine, everything is customized, right? So allegedly, if what Olipop said is true, or if Olipop is in the correct range, then they spent over $800,000 on these vending machines, right? And so people are mad because all these vending machines went to people's private homes. They didn't get sent to colleges or fitness centers or like public spaces where like, I feel like if they had put these Poppi vending machines in public spaces where people could just get free Poppi, that gets people's attention and people will be excited about it. But to send it to 32 influencers and no one else, like, that's is so weird.
Fair. Like, it could have been, they could have probably wrote it off to, right, charity. If they gave it to like the YMCA, the Boys and Girls Club, right, like those kinds of hospitals,
right? Like, remember years ago when they had the thing where it was like, buy yourself a Coke and you could get the Coke with your name on it and it would like print it out, and I think it was free at like large events. People lived and died for that, and they could have had their moment like that, but instead they sent it to people's like private homes. And the other thing too is, when influencers receive all this product, generally speaking, they get a tax form at the end of the year as if it's income. So now all of these influencers are going to get a tax form, maybe, if I'm correct, that says like,
right, I didn't think of
this
that.
is part of your income for the tax year next year, which is absolutely ludicrous. Anyways.
See, and this is why I'm so grateful I'm not an influencer, because I would immediately have been so excited.
I would have been excited too. There was also a video that they filmed of giving one to Trisha Paytas, and then they didn't let her keep the vending machine. They took it away.
Nuts.
Can you imagine? These other thing,
companies have like no shame. You know what I mean? Like, they will just like, they don't give a damn.
Well, and I think the reason why this is hitting so hard is because Poppi started out as like the tongue-in-cheek, cutie, like fun company. One of the earliest stories I ever saw about Poppi was the owner was on a plane wearing like a custom Poppi sweatsuit on the flight. They ran into a woman who was like, oh my God, I love your sweatsuit. I love drinking Poppi. And the owner like sent her a free sweatsuit that matched, and they would do giveaways all the time. The owner of the company would be posting just like her face in the videos, and they would really give PR to smaller influencers and all of that. And then the second the brand took off, it's all celebrities on their TikTok. They just like completely abandoned kind of the grassroots that they originally had. And people are mad because a lot of people who previously got PR from Poppi noticed that they stopped receiving PR shortly after making statements around the US election about supporting women's rights and issues like that. And so that's extra troubling because Poppi has always presented itself as like a feminist company, right?
Dude.
And so it's so annoying. It's so troubling. And then the owner of Poppi did like one of her classic TikToks, like talking to the camera. She's like, it wouldn't be me if I didn't just talk about it with you, and like, let's go over it. And at first it seems like she's giving a good response, that she's like sorting this out. But then when she actually starts talking, she immediately is like, so much misinformation is out there, just immediately calling people liars. Basically just saying that everything that Olipop said about the price is not true, and like doesn't take any accountability, doesn't say anything that they could have done differently, and then just goes, okay, well, the vending machines are going to be a part of Poppi moving forward, so like if you guys have better advice on where they should go, like let us know. Like, hey, TikTok, can you do the work for us and tell us who should be receiving
for free, right? All these people are about to give marketing ideas for free.
And here's my free advice. Put it in a damn hospital.
Yeah.
Or like on a college campus. And actually give people free Olipop. That would be so exciting.
Oh my God. Poppi.
Poppi. Oops. Anyways, I would support Olipop over Poppi personally.
Yeah, apparently. We're at Olipop.
Anyway, Olipop, call me.
Oh my God. Give us.
But yeah, so that is like the current, like that has been really big on TikTok in the past week. And I've been going down the rabbit hole ever since the Super Bowl about this. And I realized it was like the perfect low stakes mess to bring to messaging.
This is it. Next time, if you see a Poppi vending machine, you must tweet it to Kirsten and I.
Yeah, or, well, skeet it on Blue Sky, of course.
But yeah.
Yes, we call it that. Okay, there's nothing better to call it, unfortunately.
Post about it on Blue Sky.
No.
Thank you.
Ugh, that's so, anyway. Okay, well, we will move on to the other TikTok mess that has been sending me down a rabbit hole this past week. And that is the Walmart heart-shaped cakes. Have you seen anything about this?
No.
Okay. So Walmart started selling in their bakery section heart-shaped cakes. They're about $25. It's a small cake. It's $25.
Oh, okay. Yeah, those are yeah.
They're super cute, right?
Mm-hmm.
But people are mad. And it's gotten crazy.
First of all, I love heart-shaped cakes. I think
they're so cute.
Oh my God.
I love it so much. And so people went crazy for them, really excited about them. People, in addition, would buy the heart-shaped cake and like scrape off kind of the Walmart frosting and like customize it and make them even nicer, right?
Yeah.
Like at spill.the.chai, CHI is chai?
I guess. Yeah, like spill the tea, right? Because chai is tea.
Well, yeah, but that's not how you spell it, right?
Yeah, CHAI.
Okay. I was like, it's not spelled right. And so like she did that as well. But small business owner bakers got mad.
Oh.
Which is like, okay, it's fine. Like Walmart has a history of hurting small business, and that's fine. However, obviously the cakes at Walmart, like I'm sure they taste great. Like a sheet cake from the grocery store is delicious. Period.
Correct.
Like, if you don't think they can be, go to Costco, right?
Yeah.
But obviously like the frosting and the decoration and everything is going to be at a lower level to keep it at that $25 price point to be affordable, right? And so this one creator at Birdie's Bakery said that she finds comments complaining about the price of cakes highly disrespectful to everybody putting so much time and effort into their cakes, especially when having a birthday cake is a luxury, not a need. And so now it has become this debate of, do poor people deserve to have a birthday cake? Which is crazy. Yeah. Obviously you can have an argument that like everything outside of basic food and water and like shelter is a luxury if you really want to.
Because but if you want to be a human being, you should also have things that will help you like thrive, not just survive. Like, what are we doing here?
And so the idea that a birthday, like, yes, I would say a super fancy birthday cake from like a very fancy baker with high quality ingredients, that's a luxury for sure. But everyone deserves to have a birthday cake. Correct. Like, is it the first thing on Maslow's hierarchy of needs? No, obviously not. But like, be so serious, right? And so a lot of businesses that make cakes and other baking businesses really got big during COVID, with the rise of TikTok and being able to do, you know, time lapses of decorating cakes and, you know, the costs of all of that. And it made it possible for people to display and sell their work and start these businesses. However, now the price of ingredients has gone up a lot. For example, eggs.
Nachos. Yeah.
And so, but also even before the price of the ingredients went up, you can't compete with a Walmart price.
Exactly.
Because like that's the whole Walmart business model. They don't pay their people.
They don't let them take any breaks.
Allegedly, the starting salary in the Walmart bakery is $19 an hour, which is like not great, but is significantly higher than the minimum wage.
Yeah, the bakery might be fine
because I think they have a better time than other Walmart employees.
Exactly.
And so then it became
I don't know where you could find this. I'm like looking up heart-shaped birthday cake.
I know. I literally am like, should I go to Walmart and buy a heart-shaped cake?
I know. I'm like, I mean, I unfortunately live in a food desert, so my Walmart definitely is not stocked with that. But I'm fascinated to see this.
That is, I didn't know that you live in a food desert. So wait, how far do you have to go to buy groceries?
No, I mean, thankfully there are other like grocery stores. It's just like they're a little bit more expensive. But you could like we do coupon like as in the app has a lot of good coupons. It's called Safeway, so they have a lot of good stuff. So it's fine, and we're lucky that we can afford stuff. But it's really terrible. Well, I live in one of the last few like not mega gentrified neighborhoods.
Crazy. Well, say we do have Safeway in Canada as well, and it's expensive.
Exactly. It's
actually don't piss me off because there's two main grocery stores in my area, and one is called Thrifty Foods, and the other is called Save On Foods. And let me tell you, I'm not saving on any foods. The foods are not thrifty. The prices do not reflect the name, and it piss me off every time.
Yeah, it always is like that, I swear.
Oh my god. I'm like, why are you calling it that? They might as well call it like Joe's Cheap Grocery Emporium, and then everything's $1 million.
Yep. Even the like Indian grocery store here is expensive, but it's still like cheaper than everyone else's.
Crazy. Oof. But yes, so now it's just descended into a total debate on if people deserve to have birthday cakes or not, and what makes a cake worth $100 versus $25.
Oh, this is like Taylor's oldest time.
And it's such a classic. It's a classic story. I feel like something like this happens at least once a year where people get really mad. But something about these cutie little heart-shaped cakes has really gotten me down the rabbit hole.
I will say, because I have been traveling and because I have been so into like events, right? That's like what I do for a living, and I had a wedding, so wedding cakes were big. I can't help but laugh because cakes are so expensive, and like I can't even be mad because I really do think that it's, you know, it's an art. I couldn't do it. Like I can't decorate anything, but it really is so
it's wild how expensive, but like I understand why it's expensive, and especially for like a big event or a wedding or something, like obviously the cake is going to cost more. It's a much bigger production. But at the same time, at my one auntie's wedding, literally 3 of the sisters each made a tier of cake in a like type of cake that's like big in their family. Then they wrapped it in, I'm not sure what it was, maybe just I can't remember what it's called. Fondant. Maybe just fondant, whatever. And then the last remaining sister put fresh flowers on the cake, and honestly, it was beautiful.
I love that.
And so, like, there are cost-effective ways to get that look as well.
And that's where, like, I do think, if you can afford a more expensive cake, great, do it. And if you can't, you can't. But
and the people who can't are used to figuring out ways to get what they want for the money that they have.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, we cannot. What you should be mad about is not folks that can't afford one thing versus the other. We should be mad that folks are ever in a position where they can't afford regular food or groceries or whatever. And we should be mad at the systems for paying people less money, or not even less money, but paying people below minimum wage or basic ass minimum wage, like $7 an hour.
I can't believe that that's still the minimum wage in America.
So if you want to be mad at something, there you go. Be mad at that.
Much like everything we talk about on Mess Magnets, be mad at the system.
Hard-hitting news right here.
I love it. No, I love it. I saw a TikTok today where someone was saying, yes, your coverage of Blake and Justin is political because everything is political. Deal with it. And I feel like that's the tagline of Mess Magnets sometimes.
Yeah, it's like we're trying to be cute and fluffy and nice, and then it'll be like, but also
we've lost the ability to be normal, and so we go down the path. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
We've got some quick bites to talk about as well. Yes. This is more of like a normal length episode of Mess Magnets.
I know. So sorry about if you only showed up last week.
It's fine.
Oh my god.
Okay. The first one is an update on your girl.
Oh my god, I'm sorry. This is so funny. So let's talk. Oh god, this is like this lady. Let's talk about Onija Robinson.
The first line of this article. Onija Andrew Robinson, the American woman who traveled to Pakistan to marry a 19-year-old boy she met online, appears to have gone off the radar.
Yes, and that's why I had to bring this up. So last time where we left things off was, hey, she's now finally gotten on a plane to New York, right? Like after Pakistan and everything, like the princess of Pakistan, whatever she'd been doing down there. Now it turns out she she did not fix nothing. And unfortunately, not only has she not gone back to New York, she ends up just getting off the plane in Dubai. And she's now been in Dubai acting a mess.
Okay, but here's what I would like. Okay. They had security reasons to not allow her to take her 15-hour flight. And I'm confusion about that.
They basically, because she has overstayed her visa, right? So if you're letting her then now come to your country, then that equals highly likely to.
Yeah, but like I thought she was at the airport. So why wouldn't they just like escort her to her gate and make her get on the plane to New York?
That's what I'm not understanding. How did she get out? I have never been to Dubai, but I'm confused as to how she Dubai does have on-arrival visas, so I'm assuming she got one of those. And because she has an American passport, it's pretty easy to get an on-arrival visa. So I'm assuming that's why. Like, it's not like they're putting her in a system yet. And she ends up in Dubai. She's posting a bunch of videos. She is literally breaking every law you can in Dubai. And here's the thing. Don't be doing crazy stuff in Dubai, in Singapore, right? No. Like, there's just certain countries you just should be careful. That's all I'm saying. And she's literally smoking. And then she's like, there's a video I saw where she's like, don't be crazy. I'll burn you with the cigarette. You're like, girl, what's wrong? You know,
what in the evil dick?
Yeah. So it's just, she was just in Dubai breaking all kinds of rules for Dubai. And it's outrageous to where then she finally does end up getting on the plane. And when she's getting on the plane, I'm assuming that's when the Dubai was like officials were able to like track her down. So they escort her off the plane, off the flight bound for New York, and she has not been heard from since.
Well, yeah, and if she's posting all these videos of breaking the law, but that is not. Yeah. There are countries in the world where you can get away with more or get away with less. India, and as you said, like Dubai is not where you go to publicly break the rules, because that's scary. That's really like scary.
What are we doing here? And she's a woman. Let's not forget. Even though she's hijabi, you're still a woman. Like, I know people that, again, and I'm saying this not necessarily as like a critic to Dubai or like I mean, listen, there is issues with Dubai and their like slave culture, but especially to my people and to black people. But what I'm talking about is like you're if you're going to go to another country, you just have to be, you know, respectful of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I know people that like definitely by mistake ended up like in the non-touristy part of Dubai. Like somehow the cab took them somewhere else, or they didn't realize that this restaurant was in, you know, a non-touristy area, like a version of that. And they're like getting in the cab and they literally start feeling like pricks. And they're like, well, that's weird. That's weird. And then they realize they're getting like stones thrown at them because they're not dressed appropriately.
Yeah, because they're not in the correct
yes
place. It's and yeah, as you go anywhere, you look things up, you act appropriately based on where you're going.
Correct.
Even better if you can learn a few phrases in the local language. You probably don't go there and then go viral posting videos breaking the law. I wouldn't recommend that.
God. So yeah, it's nuts.
That's scary.
But it looks like, at least, again, I don't know if this is like 3 days ago or whatever, but a lot of people are like, she's fine. There's an update, blah, blah, blah. So we'll see what actually ends up happening.
Hopefully.
She just needs our girl Shabana back. Shabana. Either way, it's just, I don't know what's gonna keep happening, but we just gotta.
I'd like her to get home to New York and
yeah,
as we said last week, like she could work on cleaning up the streets of New York.
Correct.
She could take care of the rats there.
Yeah. So this is obviously a fan page of hers, but yeah, it's fascinating. So that's what's been going.
It's also crazy to me that like someone can act this way and then now they have fans.
Yeah.
What
I think because Pakistan, like, you know, kind of made it like funny and like, oh, she's just being silly, right? Like Pakistanis wasn't necessarily like treating her as a pariah.
That makes sense.
So I think that's why it became like funny and enduring. Just like the Beyonce thing, right? Like if Beyonce isn't saying X, Y, and Z against Shakira, or if Bayhive isn't, then like everyone else kind of laughs. So I think that's how. But Dubai does not play.
No, that is not what I would be doing.
Yes.
I just wanted to cue this up. We don't need to really talk about it, but I know that we were paying attention when those football players were getting burgled recently.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban have also been burgled. Their mansion was burglarized over the weekend.
Oh my God.
They were not home. But one of the staff members arrived shortly after an intruder smashed a window to gain entry.
Again, I will never understand how there's not like so much security and so many like cameras, everything. Like I'm confusion.
Me too. I feel like there's a certain level of wealth at which I would expect your home to be like the people in the movie The Purge, where they can like press a button and it's all locked down.
Correct. Like your whole home is the panic room.
Yeah, like literally. So it's very interesting. I feel like I haven't really heard about very many celebrity burglaries in recent years, but then now it seems like there might be maybe like the bling ring is coming back or something.
Maybe. Or they're like the sports ring.
Exactly.
The Jersey Chasers, but a whole new meaning to that.
I mean, honestly, I would understand that a lot more than the other type of Jersey chasing.
Why? You don't want to get like a shit ton of money?
I mean, would I like a shit ton of money? Yes.
But the heartache and the headache.
Do I need to be dating someone who like likely has CTE and is maybe like, I mean, I'm sure there are some athletes that treat their partners
players don't have CTE. Football players, yes.
Yeah, basketball. I would be more open to a basketball player for sure than pretty much any other sport.
Fair.
But like,
I'm too
football,
short.
hockey, no.
Yeah, not us talking about hockey players again. Lavina punching the air.
No, that has been a hard line for me my whole life. On a dating app, I would see they play hockey, left. That was a strong rule for me, and I think people should follow my example. do as I say and as I do in that situation.
Sorry to the hockey community.
I'm sorry. No, it's fine. I'm happy for you. I just don't think that you should be dated.
There's someone for everyone.
Yeah, there are people for you. Oh. It's fine. They'll find you. Okay, yes. And then you had some A$AP Rocky news.
Sorry, guys. This is so funny, and I need everyone to laugh with me. So, A$AP Rocky, maybe folks didn't know, is a rapper. Rihanna's baby daddy. His biggest claim to fame. So he was up on trial for assault with a firearm, and he was charged with 2 felony counts of assault with a semi-automatic firearm. So it could have been 24 years in prison, blah, 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 bunch of stuff. He was just an hour before this podcast, he gets a not guilty verdict.
Yes.
Right? Great. Okay. Now I need everyone to see what he does after. Again, Rihanna's baby daddy, in case folks didn't know. So
this is so amazing.
This is
honestly,
I know.
Recording video is immediately leveling up the podcast.
I hope people enjoy it because this is so funny.
Tell us in the comments if you enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, just say nothing.
Yeah, and we don't need video for it. Audio, sorry, for this part. So, but anyway,
508142-01. We, the jury in the above entitled action, find the defendant, Raheem Mayers, not guilty of...
It's not even a jump. He just kind of tips over forward.
Yes. So this woman, I'm assuming he's part of his lawyer team, this white woman, right? Hugs him. He kind of hugs her, but he literally...
he just lunges.
He lunges at Rihanna. When I straight lunged at Rihanna.
Wow.
And was just flat. I don't know how else to explain it. Just
because had he been found guilty, which I don't know anything about this case at all, but he was acquitted. Had he been found guilty, you think Rihanna's waiting for 24 years in prison? I feel like no. Although she does seem very loyal, so maybe.
I just find this to be so funny.
It's so funny.
He said, I get to go home to Rihanna. And honestly, whose reaction wouldn't be that?
I'd probably jump more aggressively. Correct. It would be less of a tip over and more of a real lunge. Oh my God.
He's flat like a pancake. Not even pancake, I was thinking a cracker, a Poppi, where he's just just flat hugging her.
Honestly, a beautiful moment. And congratulations to them for not having to deal with jail time. That's great. Or maybe it's not. I don't know anything about the case. I don't want to speak on it.
Oh my God.
Okay. Amazing. Are you ready for an anonymous, Sasha?
Let's do it. And for folks that don't know, of course, maybe it's your first time listening to us, watching us.
And welcome.
We have listener submitted mess every week where you all, our messengers, submit drama in their personal lives. So go to messmagnets.com or tinyurl/messmagnets to submit your mess. And we will never share your info, just your mess.
Yeah, your identity is confidential. Yes. The identities that anyone mentioned in the mess is confidential, but we love sharing it. And I thought this one was so fun. So I'm really excited.
I'm ready.
Okay, so our messenger is submitting a story to us about one of their coworkers who we are going to call Angela.
Ooh.
Angela is now in her 50s and she's a middle school principal, but this anonymous starts 15 years ago.
Okay.
So when Angela was a teacher, she was asked by another teacher to help clean out the classroom of a third teacher who had recently retired.
Okay.
So generally speaking, after retiring, most teachers will clean out their own classroom. They'll offer things that are not theirs or that they don't want anymore to other staff and then dispose of whatever's left over or take home whatever they want, This teacher who retired, who we are going to call Lisa, if you notice a trend with the names, left pretty much everything in the classroom, including a storage closet full of art, which she had been an art teacher.
Glitter?
So it was what?
Glitter?
There was probably glitter. She had been an art teacher, so it was assumed that it would mostly be like example pieces of art, student art that had been like kind of left there over the years.
Yeah.
And the teacher who asked Angela to help clean out the classroom didn't want the incoming new art teacher to have to sort through everything and make judgment calls about what's useful or important, and also wanted to make sure any art supplies were properly stored over the summer so that they could be used the next school year. Because, of course, schools don't have enough money, right? So they have to make do with everything that they have. And no one was surprised at all that Lisa left the classroom in this condition, because apparently she was a mean old lady.
Oh, no, Lisa.
And hated everybody except for one person in the building. And that person was the principal, who we're going to call Cam. And so Cam, the principal, was the only one in the building that Lisa would listen to, and the only person who could convince her to like be nice to students.
What are we doing?
And so as Angela and her teacher friend were going through the pieces of art, they found one very interesting art piece. It was an oil painting of a man leaning against a desk, shirtless, with a jean button undone. The man was muscular, and apparently quite a bit of time had been put into the shading of his chest in this art piece, okay?
Oh, I like it. I like it.
But the face looked very familiar. It was the principal, Cam.
Oh my God.
And so after they were shocked to see this, right? But after the initial shock kind of wore off, they were looking at it closer, and they came to the conclusion that this like could not be a real portrait, right? Like there were some odd things about the items on the desk. Like the man in the painting had tattoos on the arms that didn't match with the principal Cam, and the body build could not possibly have been him. So it's kind of like a joke piece, right?
Yeah. Or a like a fantasy piece.
A fantasy, yeah.
Yes.
But Angela saw some potential in this painting. And I guess the principal Cam has a very good sense of humor. So they snuck into his office and hung this painting on the wall, where it hung all summer long and a few weeks into the next school year.
Oh my God.
Until, of all people, Cam's wife noticed the painting in his office.
God.
And so Angela, when doing this prank, wrote her name on the back of the painting.
Okay.
And so they call her down to the office, and she told them the story about how they found the painting, where it was, and how they felt about it.
Can I just say, like, not to stereotype, but this is so men, right? Like, you would never even realize that there's a whole ass painting of you bare-chested right behind you.
Though literally, I did a prank on a coworker where I like printed out a bunch. Like they had this thing where they would post Halloween photos every year, and they would Photoshop in this old Halloween costume of like a picture they found online that they would tag as a coworker in the pictures every single year because he wouldn't dress up. And I printed out it was like a person dressed as a Raggedy Ann doll, and it was so scary. And I printed out like 50 of them and just like put them on all of the pictures of his family in his office, and he didn't notice for months.
See?
So very classic.
Okay,
so Cam was extremely embarrassed about this whole situation, but Cam's wife thought it was hilarious. It was a very good sport. It was like, are we taking it home? Like, we should keep it forever, right? But they didn't take it home.
Oh, boo.
Angela convinced them to give it back to her so that she could hide it in a past coworker's office somewhere else in the district and continue the prank. Okay?
Like an episode of Abbott Elementary.
I love it. I love it so much.
And
so soon after this story, so 15 years ago, Cam got promoted to district leadership, and he is actually in charge of all principal and assistant principal trainings in the district.
Oh my God.
And now it is a rite of passage for new administrators to have the painting hung on their wall unnoticed. And our messenger says that we would be surprised by how many people don't notice it's there for months even. Like, they just don't even notice at all. And Cam is a good sport about it. And Angela is always delighted when she can hang it up for someone in her own building.
This is so good.
I love it.
This is top 10 mess.
It's so good.
Silly and fun. There's like a layers to this shit. Like, I love that.
I would love to see the painting. If our messenger
please
has
DM
a photo of it, please DM us. We won't share it. We won't tell anyone, but we would love to see it, literally.
Yeah, we just want to see it.
Just for us. We would never post it.
Never.
Don't worry. Your identity and Cam's identity is safe. And thank you so much for submitting this mess, because it is so fun. And if this reminded anyone of a prank mess or a coworker mess or just anything, please submit your mess to tinyurl.com/messmagnets. If you can't remember that, the link is at messmagnets.com. You can fill in our Google form. Your anonymity will be protected, and it will be read on a future episode of Mess Magnets, possibly an Oops All Anonymous, once we get that sorted out.
Let's make it happen, Captain.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. And with that, that is our episode of Mess I almost called it Anonymous, so I love that. Our episode from Mess Magnets. And listen, help us out. Give us a 5-star review. Oops All Anonymous is coming. And we are going to even try to like make that live on the YouTube channel while we so it's all of us having fun, vibing out together. So let's see. But either way, leave us a 5-star review. Help us out. Subscribe to our feed on Apple and wherever else you get your podcast at Mess Magnets. And with that, Kirsten, where can the people find you?
Yes, you can follow me everywhere at Kirsten Said What, including twitch.tv/Kirsten Said What. You can hear me. What did I guess? I guessed it on something recently. Oh, I guessed it on Ready to Be Romance with Tori, talking about Funny Story by Emily Henry. I think that's coming out like this week. It's coming out soon. It was a long ass podcast because we are two yappers. So if you like romance novels, go check that episode of Ready to Be Romanced out. And that's kind of all for now, but there is a season of Temptation Island coming, so check out the Hot Dummies on Islands podcast for that. And Sasha, what about you?
Changing the podcast name instead of Hot Dummies to Montoya, por favor.
Let's see if Rob can get montoyaporfavor.com. I'll ask him.
You heard it here first. Yes. And as for me, of course, you can find me on Blue Sky at funsize_04, which has been so fun. And I also don't really have too much going on, but we were on the RHAP 15-year podcast, in case for whatever reason you didn't check that out. So check that out. Yeah, and we're just vibing, living our best life. And listen, Daredevil is coming. That means podcast might be coming. So that out whenever it will be here. So get excited. And with that, thank you everyone for listening. Bye.